Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've not done a video for a little while. I'm sorry about that. I don't know, this situation is very strange, and just kind of getting back into anything that resembles a routine is a bit of a challenge. So what I thought I'd share today, actually because it's quite topical and relevant, is my week in the life kind of plans, I guess. I decided that I wanted to do a week in the life because obviously the strange situation that we are in. I thought my 2020 album would be pretty interesting. And yeah, I thought it'd be fun to document my current everyday because it's going to be, or it is, so different than it has been in the past. What I decided to do was I wanted to keep it as simple as possible because I very rarely fully complete week in the life. I quite often get through like 3 days. It's not really a week in the life for me, it's like 3 days in the life. So I really wanted to succeed this time, and because I'm mildly, well, I'm not really bored because I have a lot of work to do, because I don't have a commute and things like that, I do feel like I have a bit more time and I don't just want to spend it in front of the TV. So I started off by making this album to use for my week in the life, and I followed the Bambi's Mail tutorial on her YouTube channel, and I will link that down below. The only thing you need is some pattern papers. I used a few pattern papers from Paige Evans' collection. I can't remember what the collection is. Turn the Page, maybe? No, Oh My Heart. That's the one. And I'd been saving this paper. I really like this paper, but I liked it too much and I hadn't used it. So I thought, well, it'll be great as an album cover because it's really cute. And I'll just be able to see it really easily. So I made this album cover, and then it came with instructions to make these inserts as well, which are like pocket inserts. So that's the outside kind of structure, and then I've kept it really simple on the inside for this. So each day is exactly the same. Oh god, I really hope I can finish this now. Each day is exactly the same. I used some stamps here. I've bought no materials for this, I hasten to add. I've literally just done stamping, so that is really it as well. So I used my Studio Calico Mega Date stamp. Obviously not a requirement to do this, but it's just what I wanted to use. So I used the Mega Date stamp to stamp the dates for each day. And then I've also used my Jumbo Alphabet transparent stamps that I got off Amazon. These come from America, so they do take a long time to get here, but you could use any stamps that you have. I just really like the size of these. They're really good fun, and you can kind of layer them on top of each other like I have done here. So I've stamped the day and the date. I made these little stamps using this Word of the Day wooden block stamp that came from Rubber, something like that. Like a small independent craft store near the British Museum in London, and I just stamped those in lots of different colours. So I selected some Memento Dewdrop inks in some really bright colours to use as a theme running through the album. The words stamped onto the vellum, I used archival ink because I didn't want it to smudge. And then I've stamped a word for that day. I don't currently have any ink in my printer. That's on order. So there's no photos printed just yet, but the plan here is to have 8 photos for the day, putting 1 photo on each of these blocks on either side in a kind of concertina to just kind of show how the day is going. And I thought I might use some labels, maybe kind of stamp and cut some labels that I could put under some of the photos to give any extra comments that I want to. And I'm just using these cute paper clips that I got off of, where did I get these from? Wish? I think I might have got them off Wish, or maybe off Amazon. They're like little teardrop rose gold, what's the word? Paper clips. Wow, that was tricky. They're not actually holding this down, I've just stuck it to the outside of the pocket, but it looks like it's holding it in place. So that's the plan, and then I thought I might pick a couple of photos that I might put on here or on here. This is also related to Monday, and this is going to house, or is currently housing, my journaling for Monday. what I've been doing is, if I had everything that I needed around me, but it's a bit of a mess. I just got this tiny little notebook and I've just been writing notes from each day. So we're on Thursday at the moment and I've been doing it in the evening while I've been watching telly. So I've made notes up to Wednesday at this point, and then tonight I'll make Thursday's notes. So I'm doing much better. I'm into the 4th day now and I've been taking pictures. Yay! So where was I? Yeah, so I've just stamped, I've put times on when I knew times, but if I didn't know times, I've just stamped these little smiley faces. And the stamp set that I used for that was this cool stamp set that I got from Studio Calico, I think. It's, what does it say? Life, Love Paper and Big Picture Classes made this. It seems to be like looking back in time, like when I was your age and flashback and back in the day and that kind of thing. But I really liked the phrase back in the day, although apparently I've never used that stamp. But I love these little icons. The stars are really great, the smiley faces, and these number stamps are perfect for the size for this journaling. And I just stamped this Ali Edwards Messy Circle and cut it out to use as a tab at the top. So this was the Ali Edwards set that I have had for years, and I just stamped, cut it, stuck it to the top here, and then I backed it with a piece of pattern paper and then just stamped the date on the back side of that, and then that slots into this little pouch. So pop it out, push it back in. Then I was watching the Ali Edwards prep party. I didn't do it at the time, but I'd paid the £4 for the class, and that's the only thing I did buy for it. And I saw these prompts that she was using, so I just stamped a load of them myself. The printables were available if you got that class, and I think they were 7 inches by 8.5 inches or 9 inches or something like that. Obviously way too big for my album. So I just took the headings, stamped them, added numbers. I used these teeny tiny little stamps that I got for £1 from the range. And I also used these number stamps, which I got from the Works. So if you're in the UK, if you haven't before, definitely go check out the Works, because they have loads of really cool stuff. But they don't have lots of things at any one time, but it's always worth just popping in and seeing what they have, because you're bound to find something useful. So then you can see the same pattern is happening for each one of these. I did around here. Wednesday I haven't done the journaling for yet, but I have done the back label here. This is the only one that wasn't in Ali Edwards' class, and it was daily routines. What it actually was, I think it said today and I didn't want to do that because my journaling is kind of like talking about what we've actually done through the day. So I wanted the little additional pieces of journaling, like these cards here, to say something a little bit different. So it's not strictly about the day, but it's just about daily life. What I also had was, I can't remember who designed them. Ooh, that's annoying. I had these printables, or I have these printables, which I obviously haven't printed because I've run out of printer ink, that had like, today I listened to, today I watched, today I bought, today I wore, that kind of thing. And I was going to print those out as well, and thought that I might be able to size them to something like 4x4 maybe, and just slot them into here as well. So there'll be some additional journaling for each day. So I'm just adding that in here throughout this daily journaling that I'm doing, so that I'll just be able to add it as and when I can print it. And so each of them has the word of the day, each of them has the concertina file, and each has this stuck in, and we'll have journaling in the top. So I'm hoping that this is like straightforward enough that I can just keep up to date with this. I'm going to actually try and do Wednesday's journaling. Where's Wednesday? Yeah, I'm going to try and do Wednesday's journaling today. I already did Tuesdays today, but I'm going to try to do Wednesdays as well, and then I should be able to keep kind of up to date. I did do an extra pouch at the back here, which I think I'm going to put, I've taken pictures of the weather app for every day this week, and I've also taken pictures of the time we got up each day, because that's really changed since, you know, I'm like a routine merchant. I would get up at 5:30 every single day, and now I'm getting up at like 5:30 one day, and then 8:30 the next day, and then 7:30 the one in between that, and then like 6:59, and random times. I don't really know what rhythm I'm on. Don't think I'm on one at all. But I thought that would be interesting, because that's really different. Whereas if I were to look at previous years, it would always have 5:30 I woke up, 5:30 I woke up, like every single day. So that's something that has varied for us. So I'm going to put that in, I think. Again, I'm not sure, I might just stick them to the outside of this or slot it in. And I do think that I want to do a reason why, and I was thinking I might stick it to here. So I'm not sure though. I just want to kind of give a bit of background to what life is like at the moment for us in these weird times. The other things that I've done is I've made a few embellishments that I could use throughout the Concertina album. I don't know if I'm going to use these, but I thought I would stamp and cut some of these out anyway. So this one says like fashion statement, and then favourite memory. I've got quite a few of those ones. This is delicious. We've got some food photos, naturally. My favourite place. I didn't print many of those or stamp and cut many of those, because let's face it, I mean, my favourite place is the living room. Then I've got these ones here that I stamped and cut as well. Today was so much fun around here, which I thought might be useful. And today was that sort of thing. So they are circle stamps. I really love circle stamps, actually. I think they're really versatile and really useful to make as embellishments. So these are the Happy Day Flair by Technique Tuesday, and they're some of my favourite stamps ever. I just love these, and they're the perfect size as well, so you can punch them with a 1-inch punch, and then you can add a sticky, like acrylic thingy over them. I'm not making sense. Enamel, it's not enamel, is it acrylic? That's still not the word. What's the word I'm looking for? You can stick one of those things over the top to make it into like a fake brad. Let me just have a look. I can't remember what the hell they're called. Resin, that's it. Wow. Yeah, so you can stick one of these resin dots over that and turn it into a kind of enamel, not enamel door. Yeah, an enamel door or a brad, or what's the other one called? A flare, something like that. I also had these, which I ordered ages ago. These are the Sentiment series, and I got these from Turtle Crafts shop, and yeah, these are great. I hadn't really used them, so, but I really love the sentiments on there. So it's got a favourite memory, love you so much, time with you, this is delicious, my favourite place, this is you and me, fashion statement, and together forever. So I thought I'll stamp those and I could use them. These are the rest of my today's details stamped and ready to go for the tops of my journaling. And last year when I did Week in the Life, I got my Cricut to just cut up some of these Ali Edwards messy hearts, or kind of wonky hearts, that were in a different, they were in like a digital kit from, I think from One Little Word that I'd done in the past. So I just, you know, I just used those because they were already cut. I added one here to this front cover, and I thought I might have space to add this in some other places too. So I think that is everything that I was going to kind of show you and talk you through. I have been using coloured pens, these Artiste coloured pens, and the 2 micron pens that I've been using for my journaling are an 02 and a 1. So when I've done this journaling here, I found using the 2 different pen types added a bit of variety. I've not got amazing handwriting, so that's a shame, but at the same time it's quite nice to have your handwriting in these kinds of things, I think. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're completing Week in the Life, then please leave me a comment down below. I've been posting pictures and some of my journaling on my blog, and I'll leave that linked for you in the description box if you want to check it out. Thank you for watching. Bye.